And we're back to News Talk 790, 95.1 FM. This is KFYO Mornings. Matt and Dave, it's Thursday. It's 7:35. And on line one, as always, at this time in this date, Jerry Reynolds. Good morning, Jerry.
Hello, guys. How are y'all?
Hey, we're doing great. Hey, let me get right into it. I mean, you sent us a picture of your ride of the week this week. Now, maybe I've just kind of not been brought up to speed, but I noticed this is a Hyundai, right?
Yes, it's the Hyundai Palisade.
Hyundai Palisades, and I'm looking at the price on this thing. Okay, hasn't it always been, well, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say cheap, but it's always been the most expensive, they have made one vehicles. Am I not right about that?
No, you are correct about that. And
well, this one certainly is not a poor folk automobile at $47,000.
No, it's not. But what I look at is what else is out there in that segment. And you start looking at vehicles equipped like this one, and frankly, they're $10,000 more for everything that you get with this one. And I had the same reaction to the sister vehicle, the Kia Telluride. And they're on the same chassis. They're roughly the same size. Differences in the exterior, of course. And the Kia is more of a rugged, is the way I describe it, and this one is more sophisticated. If you look at what this one's got, and it's got 4 captain's chairs, a power folding third row seat, lots and lots of stuff. And what I like about it is there's no options on this vehicle. At the $47,000 MSRP, everything comes standard. But this is a vehicle, and I said it when I was working on the review, that they thought of everything. I mean, they just did. If you look at the dash, you've got your typical colorful gauges, and you got your speedometer on the left and your tachometer on the right. But when you go to change lanes to the left, for instance, the speedometer becomes a camera, and you're looking at what's on your left side. It's a wide angle mounted on the outside mirror camera. When you turn your right blinker on, the same thing happens on the right side of the dash with the tachometer.
Oh,
it's those kind of things. Yeah, it's those kind of things that set this apart and make it such a bargain at the price. $47,000 is a lot of money. But look, I mean, when you really get to analyzing this thing and going, wow, this has got everything in the world.
Well, for example, the Toyota Highlander, which appears to be very similar to this vehicle,
yes,
size-wise and all, their fully loaded, limited, extra, super-duper edition, whatever they call it, is the window sticker's about $48,000.
That's right. That's right. But this one, you're getting. It's just so much in this thing. I mean, it's hard to describe it. It's little things like if you're in the front and you got people in the third row seat, you hit one button and suddenly, without even raising your voice is going throughout the vehicle through the speakers. So if you got kids back in the third row seat, you can talk to them just like you and I are talking.
Yeah, you say, "Don't make me come back there."
I need that.
Right.
I need that because they don't hear a word you say unless you're screaming at them.
Well, that here is this one. I'll tell you that. And then there's another button that well, if you're listening to music or whatever, and there's a quiet button. So if you've got a kid sleeping in the third row seat, it'll cut the speakers off in the back, but keep them on in the front. I mean, the seat belts on the second row captain's chairs, there's a little clip that you can clip that seat belt into to keep it from banging and keep it from hanging loose and out of your way. I'm telling you, they put so much thought into this thing. It's mind-boggling. And of course, it rides and drives great. It's super quiet inside. But I'm over the top impressed with it.
Is this all-wheel drive?
Yes, it is all-wheel drive, but it does come front-wheel drive if you want it that way.
Why would you want it that way?
I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, the base price on the SE, which is the bottom of the line, starts at $31,000. So by the time you load it up to the limited and then add the all-wheel drive to it, we're up to $47,000. So for most people, I imagine there's probably some medium ground there that would make it affordable. And of course, it's a Hyundai, so you get the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, which is another plus.
Now, are they still the best warranty pretty much in the business?
Yeah, they really are. And I've said a million times on the air, this is more of a marketing thing than it is a practical thing, because they're so good that the chances of you using that warranty in less than 100,000 miles is pretty much slim and none. But still, it gives you that peace of mind.
Well, and I know, and a lot of other automakers are making cars that you probably wouldn't use a warranty, but they're still not putting it out there.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. And Hyundai did this a decade or more ago just to send a message to America, hey, we've changed. We're not making crap cars anymore. We're making really good cars, and we're going to stand behind them. And I got to tell you, that strategy worked. And they are building some great cars, but everybody's building great cars today.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump over to carprousa.com, and I want to find out more about getting a job driving the Wienermobile.
I thought that was such an interesting story. You know, it just they're picking a dozen kids and letting them drive it, and they're paying them for it. It'll be fun to see. And they did this last year too, and we covered it just for the fun of it. But it's a fun story. And then we also had the sales numbers from 2019. We finally got those all in.
Ford finally came in, huh? I heard, what was it, Saturday you were saying if Ford would ever get their stuff in.
Yeah, because we had every other automaker Friday had reported their sales except Ford. And I was really torqued off about that. I mean, the whole world's waiting to see, you know, did the auto industry hit 17 million sales again for the fifth straight year? And we didn't know. I mean, Wall Street was waiting on that information. Everybody needed to know, and they sat on it until Monday for some reason. And you know, they're only reporting quarterly now. So my point was, you know, hey, if you're only going to report sales 4 times a year, can't you do it on time? I mean, come on, get it together. But once the smoke cleared, yes, the industry did do 17 million for the fifth straight year. Business from 2018 to 2019, sales were down about 1%, but at that same time, we had one fewer selling day in 2019 than we did 2018, so that certainly compensated for that.
Well, it looks like both Ford and Chevy were down, but a few companies were up.
Yeah, there were more down than up. Subaru was up again, no big surprise there.
Ooh, Infiniti down 21%. That's got to hurt.
Nissan as a whole is in somewhat disarray right now because their CEO was arrested, which came as a shock to everybody.
Yeah, but now he's safe.
Now he's fled.
Yeah, he ran away.
But they have arrested his wife now, so he may show back up. I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's a saga. That's a saga. But we'll be there Saturday right there in Lubbock, and I'd love to talk to everybody.
All right, Saturday 11 to 1 right here on KFYO. Also, your website, carprousa.com. Everything we've talked about's up there except for your review, which will be up on Monday.
It will be up on Monday.
All
Absolutely.
Right. Thanks, Jerry.
Guys, have a good one.
You too. Have a good day.